Welcome back. You want to get smart, fast, and maybe feel a bit less stressed while you do it?
Definitely sounds like a good goal.
Well, you're in the right place.
Mm.
This deep dive is all about understanding meditation specifically as a simple, quick way to reduce stress.
Exactly. We know time is tight, so we're pulling the key insights directly from the Mayo Clinic, a really solid source.
Right. The mission today. Get the essentials on what meditation actually is and, maybe more importantly, what it can do for you.
So let's dive in.
Okay, first big question. We hear meditation linked with relaxation all the time. But what does it really mean? Is it just, chilling out?
Not quite just chilling out, no. There's more structure to it, usually. While relaxation is often a result, the Mayo Clinic points out its history is, well, different.
Different how?
Originally, it was more about deepening your understanding of, say, sacred or mystical ideas. A spiritual path, really.
Ah, okay. So less about managing Monday morning emails back then.
Pretty much, yeah. Today, its main use is definitely geared towards relaxation and stress reduction. The Mayo Clinic actually defines it as a type of mind-body complementary medicine.
Mind-body complementary medicine. Okay, break that down a bit.
It means it's a practice that works on both your mental state and your physical body to help you relax deeply and calm your mind.
And how does that work? Like, what's the mechanism for achieving that calm?
The core idea is focused attention. You pick one thing, could be your breath, a word, an image, even a sensation, and you deliberately focus on it.
Like an anchor.
Exactly like an anchor. By doing that, you start to quiet down that constant stream of thoughts, the ones that tend to drive stress.
The mental chatter. Yeah, I know that well.
We all do. So meditation helps clear that out, at least for a bit, leading to better physical and emotional well-being overall.
I can see how just a few minutes of quiet in the middle of all that noise could make a difference.
A huge difference, potentially. And the Mayo Clinic really emphasizes the benefits, a sense of calm, peace, balance. It helps your emotional state and your overall health.
So it's actively doing something, not just passive relaxation.
Right. You're cultivating inner peace, actively managing the stress by focusing inward.
And these effects, they stick around. It's not just feeling good for the 5 minutes you're doing it.
That's a really important point. No, the benefits extend beyond the session itself. Regular practice can actually help you navigate your whole day more calmly.
Building resilience, maybe?
Sort of, yeah. It helps you process things better, clear away some of that daily information overload that just piles up and adds to stress.
Information overload. Tell me about it. Okay, so besides general calm, what specific benefits does the Mayo Clinic mention? Emotionally, maybe?
Emotionally, quite a few things. Getting a new perspective on stressful situations, building skills to manage stress better, increasing self-awareness.
Okay.
Also focusing more on the present moment, reducing negative emotions, maybe even boosting creativity and patience.
Wow, that's a lot. What about physically? Can you actually feel a difference in your body?
You might, yeah. The Mayo Clinic notes things like a lower resting heart rate, potentially lower resting blood pressure over time, and a big one for many people, improved sleep quality.
Ah, sleep. That alone would be worth it for so many.
Absolutely. Quieting the mind often makes it easier to drift off and stay asleep. And interestingly, the Mayo Clinic also touches on how meditation might help with managing certain illnesses.
How so? Conditions worsened by stress.
Exactly. Things that flare up when you're stressed. They mention potential benefits, though they're careful to say more research is needed for conditions like anxiety, asthma, even things like chronic pain, depression, heart issues, high blood pressure.
That's quite a list. IBS, sleep problems, tension headaches too.
Yes, those are mentioned as well, and this is crucial, they strongly advise talking to your doctor first.
Right. Always the important caveat. Why specifically?
Because meditation isn't right for everyone or every condition. For some people, especially those with certain mental health conditions, it could potentially make symptoms worse. So it's vital to discuss the pros and cons with a healthcare professional.
Okay, so it's definitely not a replacement for medical treatment.
Absolutely not. It's a complementary approach, something you might add to your existing care plan, not something to use instead of it.
Got it. Super important distinction. Okay, so we know what it is, the potential upsides, the cautions. But meditation still sounds like one big thing. Are there different types?
Yes, definitely. Think of meditation as an umbrella term. Underneath, there are various techniques, all aiming for that inner peace goal. The Mayo Clinic outlines several.
Okay, like what?
Well, there's guided meditation. You might also hear it called guided imagery or visualization.
Right.
Here, you form mental pictures of places or situations you find relaxing. You try to use all your senses. What do you see, hear, smell? Often there's a teacher or a recording guiding you.
Sounds quite immersive.
It can be. Then there's mantra meditation.
A mantra, like a repeated word.
Exactly. You silently repeat a calming word, thought, or phrase. The repetition helps block out distracting or stressful thoughts. It anchors your mind.
Could be anything, really. Personal word.
Sure, it doesn't have to be traditional or religious, just something that works for you. Then you have mindfulness meditation.
Mindfulness is everywhere these days.
It really is. And for good reason. This type is about increasing your awareness of the present moment. You focus on something, often your breath, and you observe any thoughts, feelings, or sensations that come up without judging them. Just noticing and letting them pass, returning to the breath.
That no judgment part sounds key, but maybe tricky.
It takes practice. But focusing on your breath is very accessible. It's always there.
True. What else?
The Mayo Clinic also mentions Qigong. This comes from Chinese medicine and combines meditation, relaxation, gentle movements, and breathing exercises. It's about restoring balance.
So more movement involved there.
Yes, similar to Tai Chi, which they also list. That's the gentle Chinese martial art with those slow, flowing movements paired with deep breathing.
I've seen people doing Tai Chi in parks. It looks very graceful and calm.
It really does. And finally, they include yoga. Most people know yoga involves physical postures, but it crucially combines those poses with controlled breathing to improve flexibility and calm the mind. It requires focus.
Okay, so lots of different flavors, from sitting still to gentle movement. Despite the variety, are there common threads, core elements you find in most types?
Yeah, there are definitely common elements that help make meditation effective. The Mayo Clinic points out a few key ones. First, focused attention. We talked about this, deliberately directing your awareness.
The anchor points.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's fundamental to quieting the mental noise. Second is relaxed breathing.
Deep breaths.
Usually deep, even-paced breathing. Using your diaphragm, that muscle below your lungs, helps you take in more oxygen and releases tension, especially in your shoulders and neck.
Okay, I can feel myself wanting to do that now.
Right. It has an immediate effect. Third, especially for beginners, is finding a quiet setting.
It makes sense. Fewer distractions.
Yeah, turning off the TV, phone notifications, that kind of thing. But interestingly, they also note that with practice, you can meditate almost anywhere, even in traffic or a busy office, bringing that calm internally.
That's the goal, I suppose. Being able to access it anywhere.
Pretty much. Then there's finding a comfortable position. It could be sitting, lying down, walking, whatever works for you. Good posture helps, though, to avoid discomfort.
So you're not distracted by being uncomfortable.
Right. And finally, maybe the most important mindset piece, an open attitude.
The non-judgment part again.
Yes, allowing thoughts to come and go without judging yourself for having them. Your mind will wander. That's normal. The practice is just gently bringing it back to your focus again and again.
That's reassuring. It's not about failing if your mind wanders.
Not at all. It's part of the process.
So how does someone realistically start? How do you weave this into a busy life without it feeling like just another chore?
That's a great question. The Mayo Clinic really stresses that it shouldn't add stress. You don't have to join a class, though you can. You can easily practice on your own. There are apps or just finding quiet moments.
And it doesn't need to be an hour-long session, right?
Absolutely not. It could be formal, like setting aside 10, 20 minutes, or totally informal, grabbing a minute or two here and there throughout the day. Flexibility is key.
Okay, give us some of those informal, everyday examples. What could someone try, like today?
The easiest is probably just deep breathing. Focus on the feeling of the air, the sound, when your mind drifts, because we'll just gently bring it back. Try it next time you're waiting in line.
Simple, effective.
Or a body scan.
Mm-hmm.
Just mentally check in with different parts of your body. Notice sensations, tension, warmth, whatever. You can breathe into those areas, imagining relaxation spreading.
Tuning in physically, I like that.
Yeah. Another is repeating a mantra. We mentioned this. Pick a word or phrase that feels calming or meaningful to you. Could be peace or let go or something religious if that resonates. Repeat it silently.
A personal anchor word.
Got it. Walking meditation is another great one. Just slow down your pace when you're walking somewhere. Pay attention to your feet hitting the ground, the movement of your body, what you see and hear around you.
Turning a walk into mindfulness.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. Prayer, of course, is a form of meditation for many people, using personal words or traditional prayers.
A very established practice.
For sure. And even things like reading and reflecting. Reading something meaningful, poetry, sacred text, and really pondering it, or listening intently to calming music, journaling your thoughts.
Using focus in different ways.
Right. And one more they mention is actively focusing on love and kindness, intentionally cultivating feelings of compassion and warmth towards yourself and others. That can be a powerful meditative practice too.
Wow. So many options. It really drives home that it's adaptable. What about getting better at it? Does it feel hard at first?
It often does, yeah. And the most important thing, according to the Mayo Clinic, is self-compassion. Don't judge your practice. Thinking I'm bad at this just creates more stress.
Right. Counterproductive.
Totally. Remember, the wandering mind is normal for everyone, even experienced meditators. The skill is just noticing gently and returning your focus. That's the actual practice.
Not achieving perfect stillness, but the returning.
Exactly. And experiment. Try different types. See what feels good, what you actually enjoy. Maybe guided works best for you. Maybe walking meditation. Adapt it.
Makes sense. Find what fits.
Yeah. The bottom line is, there's no single right way. Does it help you reduce stress? Does it make you feel better? That's what matters.
That's a really helpful perspective. Takes the pressure off.
It should.
Okay, so wrapping this up, our deep dive into the Mayo Clinic's Take Shows meditation is, well, it's a really versatile and accessible tool.
Definitely. For stress, for general well-being, with lots of potential benefits, emotionally and physically.
And the big takeaway seems to be that even small moments count. A few minutes can make a real difference. I definitely feel encouraged to try some of these simpler techniques.
That's great to hear. And maybe just leave our listeners with this thought. What if you intentionally took just 60 seconds, maybe right now, or during your commute, or before a tricky meeting, to just focus on your breath? How might that tiny shift start to change your relationship with stress and maybe nudge you a little closer towards that inner calm we're all kind of looking for?
That's a powerful question to sit with. And if you are intrigued, maybe check out a guided meditation app or look more into Qigong or mantra meditation if those sparked your interest.
Lots to explore.
Indeed. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.